I'm being chased by dirty robot cops, yelling stop, but I won't stop, I won't stop, no way, 'cause my life depends on getting out of here. If they catch me, I'll be locked up for 100,000 years. They wanna put me on stage, make me play, so the people come and pay.
What's up?
Sing and dance,
everybody.
stomp my foot.
What's going on?
Check the boxes, break the
What's going on, BOTSTOPPERS?
you are entertained.
Oh yeah.
Do you like my songs or all that kind of thing?
Oh yeah, baby. What's going on, everybody? BOTSTOPPERS in the house.
In the dark,
What is this song?
crushed by the weight of this
Running from a bunch of robot cops.
voice. I try to shout, there's got to be a way out. As my heart beats through and beats
Oh yeah.
towards the sky. There's something just set on me. I'm fighting for my life. Wanna put me on stage.
All right. This song is called The Robot Song by the incredible band Hot Piranha out of Eugene, Oregon. And those of you that know me, know my story, know that I used to be a proud member of Hot Piranha before I moved to Tennessee. I played this song with these guys back in the day. I was around during the writing of this song. And I can't take much credit for the writing, and this is not me on this recording. But such a great song, and I've been talking to AJ, lead singer. I'm really trying to get him to let me use it as the new theme song for the show. Such a good song. Here, let me show you guys here. There it is. Let's go type in the robot song, Hot Piranha. Yeah, boy. Go give him some love. Go give the boys at Hot Piranha some love, dude. Super sick, dude. Here's my boy AJ shredding right here. Yeah, boy, get it on, get it on. My boy Handsome Rob on the bass here. Shout out Handsome Rob on the bass. In a sec. Dance too. Come here, Margo. Margo's trying to dance.
I climb the ladder, I'm at the top.
Oh yeah.
Do I jump or do I stop? There's no way out except straight down. My life falls draining out. I'm losing my grip, I'm leaning back. I let go, everything turns black. I open my eyes, I'm back on stage. What do you want? 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 What do you want?
That was Hot Piranha with the robot song, baby. Oh, fired me right the hell up. Now, this is off their album, Running in the Dark. All of these songs are so good, okay? Go give Hot Piranha some love, you guys. Like, listen to it on Spotify. Man, I can't tell you. Like, those are some of the best memories of my entire life. I'm going to go back to their main channel. Now, this album right here, if you look, No Way Home. Right? Yeah, playlists. No Way Home. Okay, right? So this is the playlist, No Way Home. I am on all of these songs right here, dude. The Tower is still like one of my favorite songs ever. All of these songs are so good. Tin Man is so good. Stay, such a good love song. Man, such good memories. Kicking it with the boys, playing music. And we were having we were like going places. And then COVID hit and fucked everything up. But they're still out in Eugene making music. So if you're anywhere in the Pacific Northwest and you have not been to a Hot Piranha show, you have to go. It's so much fun, dude. It's not just awesome music, but it's like a comedy show, dude. Handsome Rob, AJ, the whole band, they're hilarious, okay? So it's a really awesome experience. Definitely go check out Hot Piranha. I wanted to bring you guys the robot song, like I said, hopefully next week or, in upcoming weeks. Write to Hot Piranha on socials. Go follow him on socials. Write to him and be like, hey, you guys should totally let Scott use the robot song for his BOTSTOPPERS show. So anyway, and then also this song, When They Bury Me, I've played Hot Piranha to a lot of people. Everybody loves When They Bury Me. It's such a good song. Hot Piranha rules, guys. It's a damn shame. That just shows you how corrupt the music industry is, because these guys are, like, AJ is one of the best songwriters in the universe. These guys are unbelievably talented, okay? And, yeah, that was one of the biggest honors of my life, is to be a part of that project. So shout out to the boys at Hot Piranha. So, all right, well, welcome to BOTSTOPPERS episode 6. We got a bunch of killer robots in the house. We got some silly robots in the house. We got some freaky robots in the house. And I'm really starting to get into the zone here, okay, guys? I'm getting a lot of good feedback about the show. People are loving it. If you guys could do me a favor, if you're listening on the podcast, 5-star review, okay? I need you to give me a thumbs up on the channel right now. Please stop what you're doing and thumbs up wherever you're watching this. Subscribe to the channel. Small price to pay. It's free. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the show. And I genuinely mean that, okay? Please help me know what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of. I'm really here to put on the best show I possibly can, but I need your guys' feedback. Please help me out here. And if you can't do anything else, please just thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share the show. That's what it's all about. As we move along here, all of the sources to every single thing that we talk about are going to be on my Substack, and that's at rebunked.substack.com. And you can, so this is the last episode 5. You'll click on that, and it will take you to a post that contains, I'll just show you right here. So you click on that, you scroll down, it has the YouTube show embedded in there, and then all the sources. See, you see all the sources from the last episode. Every single thing we talked about is linked up right there. So if there's anything that you wanted to see more of or you wanted to share, see, look at that. I got all the sources linked up, dude, for you, for free. Now, while you're on Substack, if you want to subscribe for $5 a month, at least subscribe for free, but then, of course, subscribe for $5 a month. Well, if you subscribe for free, it'll give you an email blast when a new episode drops. I'm going to try to get them out on Mondays, but, I can't 100% guarantee that, but I'm going to really try. But we're here Monday night tonight, Monday the 19th, so really stoked to be with you all. So that's my only call to action. Go follow and support the show. All right, we're going to set the tone for tonight. This is a video from Palantir. It's called, and you guys know what Palantir is, right? This is Peter Thiel and the boys, right? This is Trump's little right-hand man, Mr. Peter Thiel, who formerly owned a company called Ambrosia, which was all about taking the blood of and plasma from children and injecting them into rich old people for life extension. Now, okay, good times. Same Peter Thiel, right? Same Peter Thiel. Now, anyway, this is a commercial by Palantir on the official Palantir website or YouTube channel, and it's called The Future of Warfare. Let's watch. Nice production value. I'd love to make these damn little drones, dude. Drone swarm. There it is. Battles are won before they begin. Palantir. So that's, I don't know if that's their catchphrase or if that's like kind of their brand, but yeah, that's really what it is, you guys. Wars stop before they even start. And what does that entail of? So let's think about that for a minute, okay? So there are so many different wars going on, you know, kinetic warfare. We have the situation in Ukraine. Of course, we have the Gaza genocide happening, and then and we know that Palantir is actively deploying their technology in Gaza, the Lavender program, all these situations. So Palantir is live in the real world murdering people with autonomous drones and autonomous technology. Now, there's been a lot of speculation that is just happening over there, and it would never happen over here. But a lot of these battle spaces are where these weapon systems are tested and perfected. So I would argue that if it exists, it's not off the table to be used against you and your family at a future date. And so that's why we're here at BOTSTOPPERS, because we're having the conversation about what are we going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? What are we collectively as a society going to do about it? Because, it's kind of funny. Speaking of, I thought it was appropriate to keep in the background, but I can't really see it with the camera set up. But I'm charging my drone right here as my little DJI Mavic 4. I was on a video shoot earlier, and I thought that'd be kind of appropriate to have my drone charging there in the background. But I love drones, dude. Drones are great. They're great tools. I use them to gain more freedom and autonomy in my life by offering high-level video services to people, and that includes drone work. So drones are great. It's not the oh, Margot's sniffing it. She's like, what the heck? Margot does not like drones. Margot had a little incident with the drone the other day, and she was not too happy with it. One of the propellers like hit her in the face because I was coming in for a landing, and I was like, Margot, stay back. But she like just charged it, and I couldn't stop her, and the little blade hit her in the cheek, and I'm so sorry, Margot. I love you. Anyway, so Margot also doesn't like drones, but it took the drone out. Maybe we just need attack dogs. But that's only if they're 2 feet above the ground. So anyway, so the war stops before it even starts, okay? Now, what does that mean? That means that they have to gather intelligence ahead of time. That means that they need to identify their enemy. They need to identify their target. They need to understand the enemy and the target. They need to understand the target's movements, its motives, its incentives, and how does it do that? By gathering intel, by spying, by looking behind the curtain. And we know that Palantir is integrating fully with the U.S. government system and probably many foreign governments as well. I know probably Israel. They're fully integrated with Israel. So basically what they're doing is they're creating the conditions by which they will know the enemy before they even strike, which in a far-off world, I mean, you guys see what's going on in the world, you know. I'm not going to get too political, but it's like, you know, there's some crazy stuff going on, right? And then there's all sorts of weird things that if you decide that you're not okay with that for whatever reason, you may be on a list, or you're probably already on a list. I'm probably already on a list. Like, we're just on a list. Just add me to another list, okay? If there's a list out there, I'm probably on it. And for all the new Palantir lists, I know that I'm not alone in this audience when I say that we're proud members of whatever list you got. So the war's won before they even start. So that's also, don't let them get you down, dude, okay? Remember, don't let them intimidate you with language like that. Have you guys seen the Ghost in the Machine ad? I'm sure many of you have. Hell, it's worth watching right here. And this goes to my point. This was put out by the Army PsyOps division, right? The Psychological Operations Division, the 4th Army PsyOp group, okay? The official YouTube channel for the 4th Psychological Operations Group Airborne. Now, hold on. Is this really? Okay, hold on. I'm going to pull this up on my browser tab here. Okay, so this is the 4th PsyOp group. Is this really an official U.S. military Army group? 4th Cycle, R-Baron, Fort Bragg. Okay, maybe. But I don't know if this is like a U.S. government-run thing. PsyOps. Look at these guys. They got the PsyOps. They're in the PsyOps division. I mean, this is interesting. PsyWar, the PsyOp ball. Like, is this real? They have, like, PsyOp parties. They have PsyOp parties, you guys. They literally have PsyOp parties. The 4th Army PsyOp group. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. Facebook. Now, a lot of times these will have, like, check marks indicating that they are a actual government agency. 6.4 thousand followers. Okay, government organization. The 4th Psychological Operations Group, Airborne. Remember the phone. Okay, so I don't know. I mean, it's up in the air. Like, I was under the impression that this is an official government-run thing, but I don't see, like, the typical, like, little emblems or whatever. But anyway, so this is, they have a new video out. GRP deletion. Anyway, maybe we'll watch that another time. But this is, man, they've got all kinds of new videos coming out. But this is the one that sticks out to me. And I guess I'll preface this by giving my analysis up front. And so what really strikes me from this video that we will watch here in just a second is the idea that they tell you, they try to inculcate and indoctrinate into your mind that you're helpless. Like, this is the idea of the panopticon. Are you guys familiar with the panopticon? I mean, it might be worth getting into. Panopticon. All right, the panopticon. The panopticon is an 18th century prison design by Jeremy Bentham, featuring a small central tower where guards watch inmates in surrounding cells, ensuring inmates internalize surveillance and self-discipline because they never know if they're being watched. I mean, that's the key. The key is at the central guard tower. The guards can't, or the inmates can't see the guard, but the guard can see all of them. So there's basically like a one-way glass or something like that, one-way glass, so that they just assume that they're under surveillance at all times because they can't tell when they are or are not actually under surveillance. So they have to operate under the assumption that they're under surveillance at all times. So it's this idea that if you give the public the impression that there's this all-knowing, all-powerful, ominous force out there watching you at all times, then you just have that perception that you're being watched at all times. But I say Palantir and the boys, look, Palantir, okay, think about it. Peter Thiel is way more concerned about like drinking the blood of children. Oh gosh, I'm gonna get a strike for bullying Peter Thiel. You know what I mean? He's got bigger things on his plate than watching you on every single. And plus, this is the federal government. This is the government. Okay, I've had to do a lot of business with the IRS lately for my business stuff, and these guys are idiots, dude. They use like DOS-based systems, like still. Like, they're using computers and stuff from, like, the 90s. I'm not even joking, dude. They use faxes. Why do I have to fax something to the IRS? These are the people that I'm supposed to be afraid of? Like, these government agencies that are still using fax machines and DOS systems, these are the entities that I'm supposed to be afraid of? No. They put out this propaganda to get you scared and get you worried that they're around every corner, they're coming to get you, and maybe they got me so worked up that I started an entire show called BOTSTOPPERS, but when in fact, at the end of the day, they are useless, incompetent, wage slave idiots. That's what the government actually is a bunch of weak, overweight, diabetic, sloppy, idiotic, pathetic, and I'm sorry if you work at like the DMV and I'm describing you accurately, I'm sorry, but that's what the government by and large is, a bunch of bureaucrats and people that they're definitely not coming for you. But that's a very broad generalization. Those are the useful idiots, the soldiers that will end up maybe getting deployed. The idea that they're just clicking a button and following the rules. Look, if they just push a button, oh, we have to do this whole horrific thing to this entire city. Well, I'm just following orders. I'm just doing what I say. So even though I do paint them in such a light, they could be very damaging and dangerous for your health and freedom. That's for dang sure. So I guess at the same time, these advanced systems and technologies, they're being deployed by idiots. And that's what the government is idiots. Now, the Army, there's a different ballgame. There's the Army, Marines, all these folks, people that work in the armed services. They're, I would say, a bit more competent, maybe not a whole lot more competent, but a bit more fearless and hardworking. So, it's a formidable adversary, the United States. But at the end of the day, they're idiots and they're pathetic and they suck. And so I'm not too scared of them. But as this robotic thing gets more and more into the future, I do have a little bit of concern, and that's why we're here today. So I want to show you this, though, because this is the Ghost in the Machine. I've always loved this from a filmmaking standpoint. They do such a good job. Now, if the goal of this, they were told, I want you to put the fear of God into all the people to make them think that there's a psyop guy around every corner. They nailed it. This is one of the best pieces of filmmaking I've ever seen in my life. And it's a little outdated. It's from 3 years ago. I remember when it first came out, though. I was like, damn. It's one of the best pieces of filmmaking I've ever seen in my life. And I would love to create something this awesome. But this is the, it's called The Ghost in the Machine by the 4th Army Division. Excuse me there. Let's try that again. Here we go. If you're just listening, it says, if your opponent is choleric temper, seek to irritate him. Pretend to be weak that he may grow arrogant. Sun Tzu.
As the world
Have you ever wondered?
In horror, the peaceful pro-democracy demonstration in China comes to a violent and bloody end.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Who's pulling the strings?
Wolves hiding nearby, whispering, do or die.
I'm just going to be quiet. If you're just listening, you got to just come watch it on the YouTube channel.
Me. You say your last good night while I get
All the world's a stage.
There is another very important phase of warfare. It has as its target not the body, but the mind of the enemy.
The target of psychological warfare is against the enemy's mind.
It is words and ideas.
The ammunition used by Psywar.
Its mission is to influence the thoughts of the enemy soldiers, and at the same time
is expected and encouraged to study foreign languages and the social sciences such as history, economics, and sociology. He must have a broad and sympathetic understanding of all phases of human experience.
gripping at my skin, the walls of night closing.
the use of this force as an integral part of combat has now taken on new form.
We are everywhere.
As I wait to say my last goodbye.
Psy War. What are we?
These are the Psy-War soldiers.
Woo-wee doggy. What'd you guys think of that one? Now, that's the idea of them saying, we are everywhere and we are nowhere. We are everything, we are nothing. All the world's a stage and you'll never know who. It makes you question everything. Is everybody a PSYOP agent? Are you? Am I? Who knows? Am I a PSYOP agent? I might be. I don't know. After watching that, I can't even differentiate myself from an actual PSYOP. But anyway, so I thought you guys would get a kick out of that because that's, I'm sure most of you have seen that already, but if you haven't, again, it's worth a rewatch and a share, and that will be on the Substack post from this episode. So, man, gone off on a tangent here. I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to cover everything today because I wasn't even sure if I was going to have enough, so I kind of stacked the deck a little bit. So, but we'll just keep pushing along here. So, all right. So let's have some fun. This is a lot of your favorite part of the show, where we just look at the state of the technology and all the silly, wacky robots that are out there. So this is, one of the themes of the show is looking at the different jobs that might be taken by robots. And there's the new gig economy that emerged in the last 10 years, 5 years, really since the lockdown era, where, if you're kind of down on your luck, you can always just go drive an Uber, or you could go DoorDash, or hey, you might be able, you can probably make a pretty good living doing that. You know what I'm saying? Or be an Amazon delivery driver. Shout out to the Amazon delivery drivers. Much love. But I hate to say it, but the robots are coming for your jobs too. So this is Wall A. That's hilarious. End-to-end embodied intelligence foundation model designed to plan, reason, and act across complex physical sequences. It's an X-Square robot. Just released the real-world footage of the world's first fully autonomous food delivery robot, powered by Wall A embodied foundation model. So there you go. So delivery is about to go fully autonomous. Let's take a look. Oh, he's dropping off the mail. He's bringing you your goy slop. He's bringing your slop. And we got drones. So this is in China, as you can tell by the writing. He's literally putting tape on a package, getting ready to ship it. He's having a little bit of a little bit of trouble with his arm there. Oh, look, he's opening it. He's opening the package. Wow. Oh, wow. So the drone drops off the food package, and then this little critter, it's a Subway. Wow. Okay. Oh, and then watch this. Does he actually fold it up and dispose of the package? Wow, look at that. It's probably more... Oh, I thought he was mailing something. He's disposing of his litter. Look, they teach him how to collapse a box. Wow. And recycle it. Now, okay. Now, is this really fully autonomous? Oh, see, look at the people walking in the background. This is way sped up. So that probably took about... 10 times speed, it says. 10x speed. So that took about 20 minutes. So the good news is that Amazon and DoorDash drivers, your job's not going anywhere anytime soon. Well, at the rate things are escalating, it might happen sooner rather than later, but at least not tomorrow. So you got a few more weeks or months, maybe a year or two left, and so get it while you can. All right, now, this is the Atlas. Atlas is turning ahead. This is from the Boston Dynamics page. This is their Atlas. Because they're the guys, remember we did the whole deep dive about how to disable the little four-legged Spot robot. So this is Atlas. This must be a new generation of the Spot robots. But in 2025, Spot and Stretch delivered all year long for hundreds of customers around the world. So Atlas, that's right. Atlas was their humanoid robot. Okay, but yeah, Spot is still turning heads. Look at this let's look at the new innovations of the Spot robot. Look at him, he can do backflips, yo. Whoa, he can do side jumps. Look at that. Oh, he's got roller skates. Dang, the roller skating robot. It's a roller skating robot. It's a roller skating robot. Doing backflips, landing on the elbows. It's a backflip, landing on the elbow. What is that? Spot. Gonna roller baby. Gonna roller skate. Look at it. Go. Okay, there you go. I like that beat, man. That was sick. All right, anyway. And moving right along here, we have, we're going to go to the small. We're going small, folks. This is the Beijing University unveils 2-centimeter microbots with ultra-fast untethered speed. So, oh, God, shut your windows, folks. You got to do a little bit of weather stripping, weatherproofing, because we got the 2-centimeter micro robots now to worry about. Look at that little fella. Look at them. They look like little ants. Look at this guy. Wow. I don't know what they're going to be using these for, but just, you know, crawling all the nooks and crannies. So, you know, you can start a business. You know, there's all the pest control businesses for mitigating, living little tiny robot guys. Look, now they have drone delivery tiny little guys. So we can start a whole service that sweeps and clears 2-centimeter microbots. They're pretty agile. They can navigate obstacles. I like this song too, man. None of these songs better be have copyright. I got a copyright strike on my last episode because I played a 60 Minutes clip. 60 Minutes did a copyright strike on me. Bunch of jerks. Okay, here we go. So this is another new robotic innovation. Look at this guy. Okay, hold on. We got a couple. So this is the snow drifting. Okay, snow drifting at 30 degrees Celsius. The Deep Robotics Lynx M20 was recently spotted undergoing extreme cold weather testing in Yakushi, Hulunbua. Faced with temperatures dropping to -30. He's a 4-wheeled legged robot is being pushed to its limits. All right, let's take a look. Damn, I can't go full screen on that, but that's all right. Look at this little guy. That's pretty cool. Look at that. He's got 4 wheels and 4 legs. Can go in the snow, no problem, folks. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. That's pretty sick. Gotta hand it to him. Yeah, that's what's up. Good job, fellas. Good job. They did a good job on that one. Okay. How do I close this PIP? Okay, that page doesn't exist. Okay, so this is another Boston Dynamics. This is the Sand Flea. I gotta figure a better way to play X videos. We'll figure it all out. But this is the Sand Flea by Boston Dynamics. It's a little 4-wheeled critter. Let's see what he's able to do. Boom! Oh, he can jump like 3 stories. That's great. Okay, awesome. So he can just catapult himself up about 20 feet or so. Okay, cool. So we got catapulting robots. Add that to the list. Good to know. And then just a generic humanoid robot practicing lifelike walking. Let's take a look. Now, it's not as advanced as the Xpeng that we were looking at. Again, China, dude. China's crushing, man. Yeah. There you go. China, I gotta hand it to you. You guys are doing the deal. You guys are kind of leaving us all in the dust. Okay, so you guys remember last week the campaign to stop killer robots? This is a fun little video that they put together. It's called "This is Real Life, Not Science Fiction." And I'm not gonna lie, I've been going through their channel and they got great stuff. And I'm playing some of it tonight, so I hope you enjoy. This is just a little cartoon that they made. Let's take a look.
Killer robots. Nothing to worry about. They only exist in sci-fi movies, right? Wrong. Massive budgets are being invested in the development of autonomous weapon systems.
Yep.
Robots equipped with artificial intelligence designed to operate
This was 4 years ago.
Their sensors and software are designed to scan and analyze people, classifying by age, race, and gender. But as with most tech, there will be inbuilt biases and system errors with fatal consequences. They're being field tested right now for use in many settings: border patrol, policing of protests, and active conflict. Big tech assures us that these systems will be accurate and safe. Governments assure us that they will only be used responsibly. Thousands of
famous last words, right? See, these guys get it.
Experts are deeply concerned by the impact these robots will have on human rights and on international stability. More expendable combatants will make war more, not less likely. A group of states at the UN are currently in talks over whether to regulate or ban killer robots. Now is the time to make our voices heard. Amnesty International and Stop Killer Robots have launched a global petition to call for the regulation of autonomous weapons. This is real life, not science fiction. We can choose our future. Sign the petition now.
Okay, there you go. StopKillerRobots.org. So we were looking at these guys last week. It's pretty hilarious. I will have to reach out to these folks and have a chat with them. Okay. So, yeah, very interesting. So, of course, there's they make a very good point in there. The idea that, we talked about it on one episode. So this is basically what's going to happen. You're going to have a whole world of autonomous killer robots. You're going to have robots, robot armies, robot soldiers, and drones. And so I say, okay, instead of just killing people by the hundreds of thousands, why don't we just shoot a bunch of these robots off to the moon, and they can wear jerseys, and they can be sponsored by different companies, and they can just fight each other on the moon. The moon can be the place where all the robot wars happen, and then it'll kind of just be like football. It'll be like the new sport, where it's just like battle bots on the moon, where China will have its army of bots, and America will have its army of bots, and then they clash on a battlefield, and whoever wins, then we make whatever decision was made. Like, let's say they're fighting over Greenland, for example. Let's say Denmark wants to keep Greenland and America wants to take Greenland. Well, Denmark sends all of its robots to the moon, and America sends all of its robots to the moon, and they have it out, and whoever is left standing gets to have Greenland. That's basically how that would go down. I'd be in favor of that. Let's do it. Let's have robot wars on the moon and have peace here on Earth. Okay, there you go. So until that happens, of course, these autonomous weapon systems and drones and all that stuff are going to be used to kill humans. That's what they're there for. These machines are not designed to kill other robots. They're designed to kill people. And they're trying to figure out the most efficient and best way to make the types of technology to kill you and your family. There you go. That's what it is. So good job, campaign to stop killer robots. You guys are on fire. Okay, let's watch the next one. This is, again, the campaign to stop killer robots. This is from 2 years ago. These guys have budgets, man. I want to get in with these guys. This is like some good stuff. This is the video called Autonomous Weapons Explained.
Explained. International discussions on autonomy in weapons systems are underway. But as technology rapidly develops, legal safeguards are not in place. Developments are happening on land, at sea, and in the air. Despite the diversity and complexity of systems, it is the functionality of the weapon, rather than form, that poses the threat. Using sensors and calculations, it is a machine that determines where and when an attack should occur. A machine does not perceive the world as people do. It relies only on reductionist data. In a simple form, we have seen this in the landmine, where if the sensor detects a certain pressure, it detonates with no concept or care for what or who triggers an explosion. New, more complex weapons might use multiple sensors analyzing heat, shape and motion to determine if something is a target, but they cannot understand or evaluate the whole picture in human terms, and they cannot take legal or moral responsibility for their actions. Machines are tools for achieving human goals, and people must be held responsible for their use. International discussions on autonomous weapons need to address two key problems. How do we maintain human control? And can we accept
That's the whole
machines
point.
Deciding to kill people?
Well, they've already said yes to that one, and then it's
human control requires a user to adequately understand how a system will function in the context where it will be used.
Yeah.
This means understanding the system itself, how it works, and setting boundaries as to where and when it will operate. Understanding how the system functions. What will trigger the system to apply force? Might it attack an ambulance when it was supposed to attack a tank? Could it attack a fishing boat instead of a frigate? Although AI can calculate solutions to complex problems, it can make it harder for the user to understand how the system works. For example, if machine learning systems can change their own parameters and programming after activation, human control and moral responsibility cannot be maintained. Without this, we can't apply the rules that are intended to protect civilians in conflict. Limiting space and time. Over a wider area and a longer period of time, the context gets more unpredictable. There might be more objects that could falsely trigger an attack, or civilians and protected buildings next to an intended target. As time passes, the circumstances will change.
Okay.
Programming systems to process people as targets for death or injury by a machine reduces us to mere data points.
I mean, you're
Deliberately
already a
or
data point. I
accidentally,
hate to tell
it
you,
risks
folks, but you are just a little data point. Like your entire being to them, not to me, not to the people that love you, of course, but to them, the robot people, the people making the robots, you are simply one. You are a trillion data points that comprise a trillion data points in a sea of data points. Like that's it. That's it. That's it. Now, I don't think of you that way. None of us should regard our other humans as that in that light, but I guarantee that's how they think of you. They think of you strictly as data, which is sad. I feel sorry for the robot people, the people that are developing the robots that live in the world of looking at other humans and life on Earth as simply data. Very sad state of existence. No wonder they have no conscience or qualms about developing systems to carry out whatever it is they're driving towards, which we know. It's the erasure of human consciousness and the replacing that with silicone life forms to achieve some perceived state of immortality that is actually not even possible. So, sad state of affairs.
Discriminatory profiling based on indicators of gender, age, skin color, or other factors. We become patterns without context.
Watch out, white people. You know who's programming these robots, and it's a little payback for Whitey. That's for damn sure.
We become objects. While autonomy could have some advantages, there are many risks. We must not lose human accountability and human dignity. How we engage with autonomous weapons as a society will shape our relationship with technology, AI, and automated decisions for years to come. We have an opportunity to create international law that safeguards...
Again, okay, so this is where you lose me, killer robot people. And the campaign to stop killer robots, I love what you're doing. You're doing great work. Your production value is on point. It's top-notch, top quality. I'd love to help you out. I would love to be in charge of your killing killer robots division. Put me in charge, and we will spearhead the efforts to develop technologies. I'll run the research and development arm of the campaign to stop killer robots. We're not going to be talking to the UN. Okay, the UN with their silly little meetings, like they can sit around and do their silly little stuff. Okay, that's fun. That's cute. But nobody takes you seriously. Like as soon as you align, we're going to go to the UN, we're going to pass some laws. Nobody cares. Do you really think the killer robot people that are making autonomous killer drones internationally that operate without borders, do you think they care about your international law? Not for one microcosm of a second. There's not even an amount of time long enough to there's no measurable amount of time that they would consider for one, whatever that time unit is, that's so small that we don't even have a perception for it. They don't even spend that amount of time thinking about your stupid little silly laws. Laws are not going to get us out. They need to fear the people, and that's the whole point. They need, every time they think of deploying an army of killer robots, they should think, yeah, but, you know, they got all this and that technology. It probably wouldn't be the best idea. Do you think right now they think to themselves for even one split second, ooh, that probably wouldn't be a good idea? Did you hear what Trump said the other day? They asked him, like, what is stopping you from, like, taking over the world and murdering everybody? Like, is there any check or balance to your stuff? And he's like, just my mind, just my conscience. Okay, that's all of them. The only thing stopping them is they just decided not to get out of bed that day and murder the entire world. And they're getting close to having the technology to do it. So we need to put them in check. We need to have the munitions, the weapon systems in order to be able to stop whatever bullshit they're going to try to pull with their Palantir lavender systems, their PSYOP divisions, whatever the case may be. It ain't going to be international law. Especially, Campaign to Stop Killer Robots. I love you guys. Don't get me wrong. You're awesome. I want to collaborate with you. I want to do big things with you. But I know you're based in the UK, and you guys have a culture of not really understanding that, when somebody comes to kill you, you can't just wag your finger at them and be like, oh, jolly hell, well, bloody hell, you can't do that. Well, crikey, you can't. That was Australian. Criminy, you can't do that. That's bloody ridiculous. You can't try and kill. No. See, in America, you need an American. You need a rugged American on your board of directors and be like, how the hell are we going to kill these damn killer robots? You guys. Nothing wrong. Like, the British culture is awesome. It's fun. It's exciting. But you need a rugged American that can help you kill the killer robots. That's the only solution. We need to put the fear of God in Palantir, into all of the Andurils and all the companies that are privately trying to, even these Chinese, like one after another, all week, every week. Boston Dynamics, Xpeng. These guys, what is this? Every week I see a new company that I've never even heard of, right? Wall A, Quanta X1. We need to put the fear into every single one of these companies that if they were to ever even think about deploying their killer robots, that we stand in the way. Okay? I love you, Campaign to Stop Killer Robots, but laws and sitting around UN meetings ain't gonna do it, man. They laugh at you. They hope. They're so happy right now. They're so enthused and pumped and excited because obviously you guys have millions of dollars to work with, okay? And you're spending it on high-end video productions. They're pumped that you're just not wasting, because it's good stuff. It helps with public awareness, although you're getting, what is this video? 6.7 thousand views. I want to help you get like millions of views on your stuff, okay? Anyway, I'm thinking very big here, but the idea being that, okay, you're spending probably obviously millions of dollars a year on production for a video that gets 6,000 views. Why don't we spend those millions of dollars developing weapons to kill the autonomous robots? Okay? That's what we should be doing. All of the money, and then we could just film our research and development department and probably get a lot more views if we were actually out there blowing up robots. Hey, you guys, let's start blowing up robots. That's what we have to do. We have to start blowing up robots. That'll get people's attention, okay? And then we can slip in the messaging of like, hey, this might be a bad thing. You guys need an American PR marketing strategist that is hell-bent on killing as many killer robots as possible. I hope the transcript is okay. I say kill a lot on this show. I know YouTube doesn't like that. I'm not killing humans. I'm not killing any people or any animals even. We're just we're neutralizing killer robots. YouTube, just give me a break. All right. Let's keep moving along here. So this is another one here I saw. This is Onero's H1, SwitchBot's friendly home use humanoid. So it's yet another home use humanoid, another home helper robot. This is just from today. He's he's making you coffee. He ain't got legs. He's like a Roomba with arms. Look, he's making you a piece of toast. Don't worry about it. He's just a nice little guy. Oh, he's got an assistant, a plate delivering assistant. Look, he's washing your dish and he's putting your dish. What is that? Is that a dishwasher? Wow. Look, he's cleaning your window. And he's putting your coat up so you can play with your kid. Oh, is he putting it in the wash? Oh, he's doing your laundry for you. He's definitely not going to hold you down in the middle of the night and inject a needle into your arm with whatever the government insists that you have in your body that day. He definitely will never, ever do that. He'll clean your lint trap. He'll put a freaking Tide Pod in your washing machine and press start. But don't worry, folks. He definitely won't lock you in your house. And you say, hey, man, let me out. And he's like, I can't do that. I'm sorry, I can't do that. But come on, man, I got to go to work. He's like, no, sorry. So cute. Okay, nice. It's just like whatever. It's outplayed. Look, his shoulders go up and down. That's hilarious. Instead of bending over, his like shoulders, like where the arms come out, like slide up and down his body, torso, whatever. That's kind of a nice innovation. That's fun. But there you go. All right, this is now we've talked a lot about these little Spot 4-legged robots, and I don't know if this is necessarily Boston Dynamics. I think this might be a Chinese robot or something. But anyway, they're talking about how they are becoming better and better at navigating obstacles, whereas before, part of our strategy for disabling or avoiding these little guys was to put obstacles in the way. But as you can see, they are making advancements, making these guys more maneuverable than humans. And this one talks about how, you know, like if a human were to be running this obstacle course, a human would have a very difficult time, whereas these guys can go very, very fast and navigate it with no problem whatsoever. Look at that. So he's just like, okay, maybe that's not bad. But see, look at the speed and agility by which he navigates that thing right there. Okay, they probably placed those very deliberately. So anyway, I guess that wasn't too impressive, but still, you know, these things, the technology's catching up, folks. Okay, so we got a whole bunch of stuff here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to skip. We'll come back to some of this stuff. Let's get into the bot stopping part of the episode, and we only got a few minutes left here. So this little guy, built he built his own EMP gun. Let's see what he has to say. Oh, hold on.
Small EMP device for jamming electronics. It works by taking the high voltage from what might as well be a taser and then dumping that energy into a wire coil that emits the resulting magnetic field. It's a pretty neat device, but it actually has a massive design flaw. You see, the coil I used was an inductor coil with a ferrite core that had way too high of an inductance. That made the current rise too slowly and also contained most of the magnetic flux within the core, so I should have used a simpler coil like this. But anyways, instead of just replacing the coil, I decided that now would be a good time to design.
This one's from...
Hey, so a few years ago I built this small...
I hate YouTube Shorts, dude! How dare you?
Like this. But anyways, instead of just replacing the coil, I decided that now would be a good time to design and 3D print a new EMP gun with a look based on the pulse gun from Fallout.
Sick.
Hey FBI, NSA, and other law enforcement agencies. My EMP devices are for educational purposes, and I promise that I am definitely not a threat to national security. I used my brand new 3D printer, the Bamboo Lab A1.
Okay, Bamboo Lab A1, put it on your Christmas list, folks.
In combo to print my EMP.
I need to have an affiliate link to these guys.
EMP parts. And I gotta say, the A1 along with the AMS Lite make for an excellent combo that I highly recommend. It's currently on sale right now, so now would be a great time to get yourself one. After putting it all together, I put it to the test against this calculator.
Sick. Yeah!
And unlike my previous EMPs, which only reset calculators, this one actually permanently disabled the circuit.
Permanently disabled the circuit, dude. Okay, now we're talking.
That's one dead calculator.
Yeah, boy.
Hey, so a few years ago, I built this small...
Dude, who is this guy? Schizo4725. Is this the guy? 114,000 subscribers. Okay, I'm going to add him to my list of people I need to reach out to.
Hey, so a few years ago, I built this small...
I reached out to a few of these guys that I featured on the show before, but a couple of them are kind of big timers. Like, remember that one guy that was making the awesome, like, laser guns and shit? Like, yeah, he's got millions of followers. So you guys got to help me build the show up so that we can actually start reaching out to kind of bigger names. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get there. We'll get there. Let's see what else this guy's got. Let's just check his channel. Let's see what else he's got. He's got the EMP cannons. He's got batarangs, web shooter, flamethrower. Let's see what this is about. Okay. It's kind of fun. All right. I'll give him credit for that. Videos. Does he have like long form videos? Oh, you know what? I had this pulled up on my... Yeah, well, let's watch this for a little bit.
Today, I'm going to be showing you guys how I made this big EMP rifle.
Boom.
I'm going to jail!
Nah, he ain't going to jail.
As intimidating as this design may look, I built this device strictly for educational and entertainment purposes. And it's got a pretty limited range. I mean, it definitely couldn't fire a pulse that damages my camera from all the way over here. Some notable features of this device include the emitter coil on the end, the high voltage transformer in the stock, and the voltage control dial. And on the other side, we have the like and subscribe buttons, which I need you guys to push.
Oh,
this
clever.
button makes the YouTube algorithm like me a little more, and this button lets you guys know when I build cool stuff.
You got
now,
me.
Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I built this, but first, I want to talk a little bit about the significance and physics behind an EMP.
Cool.
Now consider this for a moment. What happens when a sudden surge of electromagnetic energy hits an electronic device? Well, to answer that, let's take a look at a time when a sudden surge of energy similar in nature to an EMP hit the entire planet. On September 1st, 1859, a solar flare sent an exceptionally large coronal mass ejection, a mass of magnetized plasma hurtling towards Earth. After a 150 million kilometer, 17.6 hour trip, the Earth fell under the most massive geomagnetic storm ever recorded in what is now called the Carrington event. Intensely bright auroras, which are usually only visible at the poles of the Earth, were seen near the equator. In many places, the sky burned with a brightness that could easily be mistaken for distant fire or daybreak. But more significantly for this video, around the world telegraph systems were failing, delivering electrical shocks to their operators and even bursting into sparks and starting small fires. The geomagnetic disturbance had wreaked havoc on what was the pinnacle of Earth's electronic communication system at the time. But despite being the most high-tech form of communication, the telegraph was still in...
Cool, interesting. Alright, let's get to your EMP guy.
Let's see here. And in that video I tried to explain the physics behind how an electromagnetic pulse
if you guys want to watch this full video,
small EMP blasts. And I'd once again like
go find it in my Substack. Yes.
And suddenly making a handheld version of this got a lot scarier.
Yes, look at that. Nice.
Ah, ozone. Wait, ozone. Now before building my actual EMP rifle, I tested the idea by putting a copper wire coil in the circuit and then placing a calculator in front of it.
Boom. Later, robot. Stupid ass calculator.
Now you probably
and
noticed that my Marx generator repeats pretty fast. So what often happens to the target device, depending on the distance of the
bitch ass calculator
spark gaps, is you hit it with a rapid fire succession of small EMP blasts. And I'd once again like to note that this device is relatively simple and for demonstrative purposes only. If I went into this project with the goal of making the most effective
Okay, that was great. Thank you, buddy. Schizo. Go follow him on YouTube. Again, go check out the Substack and you can get all of the links to all this stuff. And that's at the Rebunked News Network. So if you go to rebunked.substack.com, as you can see the last couple episodes. If you guys didn't see the Sex Robots episode 4, you got to check that one out. Like I said, that was probably one of the craziest, if not the craziest podcast I've ever done. Not my favorite, but just in terms of just like, what the holy hell? That was a wild one. I'm sure we'll have plenty more to discuss as we move into the future with that whole topic. But yeah, episode 5 was pretty good. The campaign to stop killer robots. They've all been pretty good. I mean, I'm pretty stoked about this new series. And so if you like my work, if you get a kick out of this, please share it, but also go to the Substack, subscribe for free. That way you get emails every time I go live, and then, or not go live, but when I drop an episode. And then also, please, if you get any more value out of the show, you can subscribe for $5 a month. Five. That's it. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I guess let me give another shout out. We talked about some music at the beginning of the episode. I did put out an album last year, if you guys didn't know, Rebunked Records. I put out an album called Universal Basic Awesome. I want to invite all of you to go check it out. It's a great album that I'm very proud of. You can get CDs, you can get a whole bunch of shirts at the Rebunked Record Shop. And if you want, you can click on this to go over to the YouTube, the Rebunked Records YouTube. I have a whole separate YouTube channel for it where I made music videos for every single one of the songs. So I want to invite you to go check those out. I'm proud of the music. We were rocking out to Hot Piranha. That's where I learned a lot from those guys, particularly AJ. So shout out to him. And then of course, go listen to Hot Piranha and go give those boys some love. So all right, guys. Until next time, this is your boy Scott here at BOTSTOPPERS, and we're gonna sign off with a little bit more Robot Song by Hot Piranha.
I'm being chased by dirty robot cops.
That's right.
Yelling stop, but I won't stop. I won't stop. No way. 'Cause my life.
All right, guys. Much love. I'll see you next week. Peace.